Are you looking to learn how to use the free copy, the free edition of Baamboozle? Many people are confused in 2022 that the free version doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to show you that it still does. You can log in, you can use Baamboozle completely for free, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. And I'm going to take you through playing games in Baamboozle and also making games. So if you're looking to learn about the completely free version of Baamboozle, you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Really hope you like the video, and as always, if you do, please like it, please share it with other teachers, and of course please comment on it. Tell me how you're using Baamboozle. Baamboozle can be used for all sorts of things. I'm going to quickly show you what a Baamboozle looks like. You really could do this for any topic. It could be architecture, it could be languages, it could be geography. Let's just simply look at a game. So I'll click on this one here. The idea is that these games are played in groups. The students are working together as teams, can work on Zoom or on Microsoft Teams, or of course it can work in class. Let's play this game here. So we're going to choose the Baamboozle and we're going to choose the classic. The game starts, team 1 starts, and team 1 chooses question 7. The question comes up, name the building and the city. So it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Pisa. Then the teacher will click on the check button, and the students got it right, of course, so we click on OK. Now it's team 2's turn. They click on a question, name the bridge and the city. So this is the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. The students answer the question. The teacher then clicks on the check and says to them, correct, you got it right. And the game continues. Now there are other elements in the game as well, and it moves back from 1 to 2, but there are other elements that I'm going to explain to you when I show you how you make a game. That's just a quick taster of how the games work. Let's now start to actually create a game. So when you come onto baamboozle.com, click on join for free. And the first thing is you'll need to do is to make sure that you add in your email address, give yourself a password and a username, and then of course agree to the conditions, and you're going to receive an email from Baamboozle where you confirm that you've signed up. So just click on that email and then click on confirm account, and you will be ready to go. So just put in your email address and your password to log in for the first time, and then you'll come to this screen here, and now we're ready to start creating and playing games. Now this is where everyone gets caught out. I want you to click on start free trial. So go to the button up in the right hand corner and click on start free trial. Now once you click on that button, scroll down, and this is where people get caught out. You need to scroll right down and click there on join for free. That's the magic button that gives you the free account. So the first thing I want to do is to show you how to play games. Now obviously you haven't created any games, and I'm going to show you in a minute how to create a game. But the most important thing is that we can use games that other teachers have created. And I want to show you this because this is the quickest way to work with Baamboozle. And in many cases, it's the only way you need to work. So if you click up here and click on games, it's going to open up a section where you're going to see all of the games that other people have created. So you can see here absolutely loads of games straight away on the screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a really simple game. So we're going to write animals and just do a search for some games about animals. If I click here, one really useful thing, you can see there's absolutely loads of them. One useful thing is it tells you how popular a game is. Okay, and also how many questions it's got. So I'm going to use this one here because this seems to be really popular. It's been played 97,000 times. I'm going to click on that game. And straight away it opens up the game and it shows me the images. So obviously this would be great for young learners, for perhaps primary school learners, the images, the words, etc. Now, there are a few interesting things here, but what I want to do first of all today is to show you how to play the game. That's the most important thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this button and it's going to actually open up the game. Now in the free version, all we can do is play for free, the Baamboozle. So we click on that option and it opens up here a screen where we've got various choices that we can make. I'm just going to take you through these choices and then we're going to play the game. So in the free game you can have up to 4 teams. Now I'm going to do 2 teams because it keeps it easy. And for the grid size, that is the amount of questions that are available on the screen, I'm going to choose 24, which again is the maximum that we can do in the free game. So those 2 choices are really important. Now I want to explain a couple of these choices because they are actually quite important. Now in the free version, you can't do any of the options. All of the options are for the +1, so you can forget about those immediately. The power-ups are a really good idea, and if you click on the power-ups, my suggestion is that you leave those all in. Let me explain what the power-ups are. They are that sometimes when you ask a question or when you choose a question, instead of actually getting the question, something else happens, like you get free 50 points or the other team loses 20, etc. Or you swap points with the other teams. So these power-ups, and you can choose which ones you like, are a lot of fun, and I think they add a really nice element to the game, and I would definitely leave them on. Now one thing that's really interesting, and I'm going to demonstrate this just to show you why, is the fact that you've got this thing called themes. Now what do themes mean? Well, it means that instead of identifying the question by a number, you can use something else, and that can be great for language learning because the students, if you're in a language class, would have to identify the question they want to answer by saying the name of the picture instead of the number. So just to show you that in action really quickly, let me just show you. I'm going to click on themes and I'll just choose, and we can choose various themes, but I'm going to choose, for example, for this one, I'm going to choose, let's do transportation. So I'm going to click here. Then I'm going to click on themes again to close it. I'm going to play the classic game, and I will quickly in a minute explain to you these 3, but the classic's the one that I would recommend. Click on the game and you'll see that the questions are identified via the vocabulary because we chose transportation. So now the students, if they want to answer a question, have to say the name of the picture. Now when the game starts, it's team 1 first, so they might say, okay, the car, and then you would click on the car and the first question will come onto the board. Now in this case it's actually a power-up question, so straight away the team go into first place and they get 5 points for free, and then team 2 would say, I want the aeroplane, and then another question comes up and then they have to answer this question. Now let me just turn the themes off and show you how the game would look without the themes. So if we play the game without the themes, and we're going to choose the classic, let's just click on that again. Look what happens now. Simply the students, and it would be team 1 that would start, would identify the question by saying, I want to answer question number 15. For example. Okay, so that's the difference between themes. I just want to take you through one more thing and then we're going to start playing the game. My advice would be to always play the classic game because it includes the power-ups. You can do this game here, which is just the questions only, no power-ups. And you've got this option here, which is really for younger learners, which has easy power-ups along with the questions. So the one that I'm going to choose is classic. We're going to actually play the game now. Before we do, we're going to put the themes back on because I really like the themes. It's a great way of forcing the students to name objects, and obviously great for language teaching. So I'm going to choose this time home vocabulary. Click here to close the window, click on classic, and off we go. And you can see now that team 1 is ready to play, and I'm just going to quickly take you through the way that the game works. So you could be doing this in the class by projecting it onto the screen, or you could be doing it, for example, in Zoom, and again by screen sharing, or if you're using Microsoft Teams, the same thing. You need to screen share that so that the students can see. And obviously it's team 1 that's going to start in this instance. So team 1 starts, they choose, for example, hanger, okay, which forces them to say that word. You click on the button and the students give points to team 2. Okay, they have to give them some points, so obviously they would give them the minimum points. So immediately Team 2 gets 5 points. Now let's move to another question. So now it's Team 2's time. They click on shower. They ask for shower. A question comes up. What is this? You get the students to answer the question, and then you check, did they get it right? The answer was sheep. If they got it right, you click on OK. If they got it wrong, you click on oops. We're going to click on OK. Imagine that the team got the question right. They've now got another 5 points. We come back to Team 1. Team 1 have to name a picture, television. You click on the picture, the question opens, and they win 50 points automatically. Wonderful. And so now they've got 50 points. Now it goes back to Team 2. So the power-ups add something different to the game. And this Team 2 says hairdryer. The question comes up, what is this? They give the answer, then you check, did they get it right or wrong? Let's imagine that they got this one wrong. They didn't say flamingo. So you click on oops, and they got that question wrong. It goes back to Team 1. And this is how the game is played. Now there is another feature that I really like that again works really well, is that instead of it being Team 1, Team 2, the teams can give themselves a name. And if they click up here, they can click here and say, for example, one team can be Chelsea, which is my favourite football team, and the other team can be, for example, Liverpool. Okay, so teams could give themselves any names. It could be for names of football teams or names of objects or any names that they want to use. And now if we click on OK, you'll see that the names update. So that is another option. Obviously, you work through the questions and you come to the end. And let me just show you what it looks like at the end. Just a really quick break from the video. I hope you're enjoying the video, and if you are, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free videos that you can access. You can also find out about all my courses. They're always advertised on the opening page. And please sign up to the newsletter. If you sign up to the newsletter, you get updated with all the blog posts, the webinars, the online courses, and the videos. And at the moment, if you sign up, there is a 12-part free video course in using technology in teaching. And I send you a video about every 5 days. Let's get back to the video. So we've come to the end of the game and it looks like Liverpool is winning, and we click on the last question. Liverpool have got the last question. They click on it. It says, what is this? We click on check. Let's imagine that they did say horse, so they got the question right. So you would click on OK. That is the end of the game. And we get here the option to see the final result. Liverpool are the winners. And we can review the game. And if we click on this button here, we can actually go back through the questions and review all of the questions that came up in the game. Okay, that is how the free version of Baamboozle can work if you search for games that other teachers have already created, which is obviously the quickest way of working. To finish the game, you can click here and it will bring you out and bring you back to the start. Remember, you can click here to search for games and just literally put in anything that you're looking for. So let's say, for example, if I wanted to learn past simple, let's see if there's any about languages for past simple. Click here and it's going to find loads and loads of games about practicing the past simple. And of course you can change the language as well. You've got the language options. Okay, so we've looked at the free version in terms of you using games that have been made by other teachers, but you can also make your own games in Baamboozle. And what I'm going to do now is take you through creating your own games, and then I'm going to play the game so you can see exactly how it works. One thing that you can't do in Baamboozle is edit someone else's game. So for example, if we took this game here, the past simple, and I wanted to edit this game and add some extra verbs. Let's say, for example, I'm going to add the verb to fly and then put that in the past flew. Okay, so I'm adding my own question and I'm going to click on save. You'll notice it says that that requires to try the kind of paid version. So we're not able to take a game from another teacher and edit it. We are able to play the games of other teachers. But what we can do is create a game from start, and that's what I'm going to quickly show you now. Okay, so let's go through the process of making our own games, and to do that we need to click on library and games. And as you can see, because this is a new account I've just created, I haven't made any games at all yet. I click on this button here, and the first thing I need to do is to give the basic information about the game, and I'm going to call this one software. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little description, and I'm going to put here educational software. Let's put it, okay, so simply that, and then I'm going to choose my language. If you click here, you can just write the name of the language that you want to use. So I'm going to write English, and then I'm going to put a tag, and I'll put software as well as the tag. The game will be public. I want other people to be able to find it in case they want to use it. And you can choose a nice option. You can either choose a GIF, but I prefer to choose this button here, click here, and choose an image that you want to kind of indicate what the game is about. So I'll choose this image here. So you're grabbing an image from your own computer. Once you've done that, click on make game. So you need to put all of that information in so that you're ready and you've got a nice image to represent the game. You click here, and now you start to actually make the game. Sorry, I did choose the language, but I must have done it wrong. English, you write it in, click on it, that's it, so it comes up, then click on make game. Right, we're now ready to add the questions. So I'm going to do a really simple game. The first question I'm going to do is, what is this? So a really simple question, and then the answer I'm going to put is Facebook. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is click here to add up an image of the Facebook icon, and I've got one here. I'm just going to click on that and put that in, click on open. Okay, so I've now added my first question. Now I can make multiple choice questions, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, and we question with image in this case. Okay, I'm going to click on save, and now I can add another question. Notice it shows me what that's going to look like. So I'm going to do one more question. So I'm going to say, for example here, what is this? Now this time I'm going to choose multiple choice. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put my first answer in first, and I know the image that I'm going to use, which is going to be for Zoom. So I'm going to write the answer in Zoom. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on multiple choice, and I'm going to put some wrong answers in as well. Okay, so now the wrong answer is going to be Facebook. Now in the free game, you're not able to do multiple choice questions. You can just do simple questions, and I'm going to show you questions using images. So the first question I'm going to write is, what is this? And I'm going to use an image of Facebook. So I'm going to put the answer as Facebook, and then I'm going to choose here to find an image, and I've got an image of Facebook here on my computer, and I'm going to just click and open that image. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to now add a second question. I'm going to put, what is this? And this time I'm going to do an image of Zoom. So this time again, I click on choose. I can choose a GIF, but I want to choose, but there might not be a GIF that's the correct one. So it's much better to use something from your own computer. So I'm going to click here, and this time I'm going to come down and use, in fact, let's do a Skype one first. I think I've got, no, the Zoom will do fine. So I'll click here on Zoom. That's a bit easy, that one, because actually the word is written on the screen. But anyway, just so you get the idea. So now we've got a second one here. What is this? Zoom. Let's do another one. What is this? This time we're going to do Skype. Okay, so Skype, again, we're going to choose an image, and we're going to upload the image to go with it to help as well. It's much better to use images. It makes it much more interesting anyway. And I'm going to save that. So we've now got 3 questions. Once we've done our questions, and I'm not going to add any more, so you can also choose when you write a question, you can choose, instead of to upload something from your computer, you can click here and click on GIF, and you can find all these sorts of GIFs, and you can find GIFs for many things. So let's see, for example, if I can find a GIF for another technology. So let's take the Google, for example, okay? And yes, I can find GIFs. So that I could have done that. So let's actually do one example with that. I'm going to click on that image there, okay? And we've now added the image in. So what is this? I'm going to put Google, okay? So we've now added a question using a GIF instead of an image, and I'm going to click on save, and hopefully now you can see that we've now got 4 questions. Once we've finished, we could click on save. In fact, no, sorry, we've already done our 4 questions. So we click on close, and now we're ready to play the game. So let's play this game quickly. So we'll click on the play button here. We can obviously only choose the free version. We'll choose the settings that we used before. That was 2 teams. And we're going to have power-ups included. And we'll use this button here then. We're going to choose this option here. And the game will start. Now there's more than 4 questions because of course some of them are power-ups. Team 1 starts, question comes up on the screen and they lose 15 points. Question 2 now for the team 2. What is this? Check. Let's imagine they got it right and said Zoom, which couldn't be very difficult because the word was there. Okay, next group chooses number 6. What is this? They say Google, so they got it correct. Next team, we're on team 2. They said number 4. Other team wins 15 points. Oops. Okay, now back to team 1. They click on the next one. What is this? Let's imagine they say Facebook, so they got it right. Okay, last question. What is this? And they said Skype, and they said okay, and the game is over. Remember, you can review the game here as well. Really hoped you liked that video. Please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads more free content, and you can see all of my courses on the opening page. Don't forget to sign up to the newsletter. That way you get updated with all the latest blog posts, the webinars, the latest videos and the courses. Of course, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click on the bell. That way you'll get all the updates. And finally, if you do want to contact me, perhaps about doing a conference or doing some training with your organization, you can contact me from the website. Thank you very much.